Here comes my birdseed. What on earth is that?
Sounds like an airplane, and I want to go see it. Hey, it's one of those big passenger planes, Ralph.
But what about my birdseed?
I'll be right there. Gee, that plane sure was neat. You should have seen it.
My birdseed.
Right, Ralph. There you go. There you are. I sure wish I could learn more about airplanes.
Well, come. All I gotta
Pardon?
do is... You can. Aunt Harriet has a friend who's an airline pilot. He flies passenger planes.
That's great, and I can go visit him. What does the hat look like?
Oh, it's a uniform cap. It has a dark blue peak in front, yeah.
Here it is. This should be great. I've never met an airplane pilot before.
Well, have a good time.
Don't worry, I will.
Just between you and me, I think people should stick to walking and leave the flying to birds like me. I don't understand it. I was flying before I was walking.
Excuse me? Are you the airplane pilot?
Yes, I'm Peter Settenswell.
Oh, good. I'm Jessie, Aunt Harriet's niece.
Jessie, glad to meet you. What brings you here today?
Well, I'd like to learn more about airplanes.
I see. Do you have time for a short flight?
I sure do.
Good, I'll get you a boarding pass.
Okay. Oh, Ralph won't believe this.
Excuse me, can I have a boarding pass? We have a guest traveling with us today.
Sure. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Oh, when will the plane be taking off?
Pretty soon, but there are a few things that have to be done before the plane is ready to fly.
What sort of things?
Well, preparation of weather reports, for one thing. Our weathermen have to let the pilots know where the weather will be good and where it'll be bad.
Why?
So we won't fly into any storms, which can be dangerous. We also need to know if it's foggy at the airports we're flying to.
You're a lot better off.
I guess if it's foggy, you wouldn't be able to see when you try to land the plane.
That's right. And we'd have to pick a different airport for landing. The plane's engines also need to be checked before takeoff. There are a lot of different parts to the engines, and each part must work properly. Fueling the airplane is another important job. The engines need lots of fuel in order to run. And the crew always adds extra fuel, just in case the weather's bad at the airport where the plane is going to land.
And you'll have enough fuel to fly to a different airport where the weather is better?
Yes. We can't forget the passengers either. All their suitcases and other baggage have to go on the plane as well. Our workers have to make sure there's food for them on board. Well, we won't get very far today without this.
What is it?
It's flight plan. See, it tells me where to fly the plane. Also tells me about the weather.
Do you always use a flight plan?
We certainly do. We have to do exactly what our flight plan tells us to do. And that's so the airplane will arrive safely and on time. Well, it's time to go and inspect the airplane before takeoff now. We'll look this way.
over before you fly it?
Always. I have to make absolutely sure there's no damage on any part of it, because when it's flying, it will be too late.
I don't see how anything so big and heavy can actually fly.
Well, have you ever blown up a balloon and let it go without tying a knot in it?
Sure, lots of times.
What happens when you do that?
Air goes out of the hole at the end, and the balloon flies through the air.
That's right. And a jet plane engine works almost the same way. Air gets sucked into the engine, then the engine blows very hard and shoots the air out the back, just like a balloon.
And pushes the plane forward?
Right. Also, the plane has wings, which help to keep it in the air. This is Debbie Terrabin. She looks after the passengers during the flight and makes sure they're all comfortable. This is Jessie, Aunt Harriet's niece. She'll be riding in the cockpit with us.
Oh, lucky you. Not very many people get to do that. Would you like my boarding pass here?
We collect the boarding passes so we can keep track of the people on the plane. Hello.
Hello.
This is Jessie. She's come to find out about airplanes. Well, you've come to the right place, Jessie. Make sure you keep that fastened.
I will.
Ready? Ready.
First of all, in order to fasten your seatbelt, place the small metal fitting into the buckle. To unfasten, lift on the flap and pull apart.
So Western 688 ready for takeoff. The air traffic controllers have a very important job. They keep track of all the planes coming into the airport and make sure they don't get in each other's way. It's up to them to let us know when it's our turn to land.
Charlie Pop, clear to runway 12.
Cessna 301's cleared takeoff. Contact terminal 119.5 airborne.
In automatic pilot, which means it'll fly itself for a while.
What are all those dials and switches for?
There are flight instruments. They tell us how high the plane is, how fast we're going, what direction we're traveling in.
Yes, and we have to check to make sure that they're working at all times so that if anything goes wrong, we'll be ready.
First officer speaking. We're approaching Calgary. The latest weather report is showing clear skies, temperature of 1 degree. Very pleasant day. We trust you'll have a nice evening. Thank you.
What about the radio?
It keeps us in touch with the air traffic controller. We need his help when we're landing the plane. In fact, it's getting close to that time right now.
Pacific Western, flight 7301, you're clear to land. Winds are light and variable.
Roger, clear to land. We have 3 green. about airplanes?
I sure did, and I want to get back and tell Ralph all about it.
If you don't mind, you can fly back with us.
Not necessary.
That's right, the magic hat.
Thanks again for letting me ride in the plane.
Anytime.
Bye.
Hats like that, I'd be out of a job.
Ralph?
Hi.
Hi, Ralph. Hey, that hat looks great.
Thanks.
You know, I got to ride in the cockpit of an airplane.
Oh, that's great. Did you find out how they fly the plane?
Uh-huh. The pilots have a flight plan that tells them where to fly the plane. They also have an automatic pilot switch, so the plane can fly by itself.
I could sure use an automatic pilot switch.
Pardon?
Oh, nothing. Did you find out how they land the plane?
Uh-huh. The pilots talk over the radio to an air traffic controller that tells them when it's safe to land. And there are lots of people helping them. You know, getting a plane in the air is a lot of hard work.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of hard work getting a parrot in the air, too. I've been trying to fly ever since you left. I started from the perch, and then I tried the chair, and nothing works.
Well, have you forgotten how?
I'm a failure as a bird.
Oh, don't give up. Just try it again, and I'll coach you.
Well, okay. I'll give it a try.
So, jump off the chair and flap your wings.
Okay, here goes.
Okay, Ralph, stop flapping. You're doing it. Good work.
This flying isn't so
See
hard.
if you can land on your perch.
Land? I forgot how to land.
Oh, Ralph.
Oh,
Oh, Ralph, that was some crash landing. Are you okay?
flying is a bird.
Look at all your feathers. Oh, that must have been some hit.
Yes, every one of my feathers hurt.
Do you want me to take your hat off?